or discuss about inbox income review. Most people don't fail at newsletters because the idea is bad. They fail because of three very specific things: they run out of things to write, they miss their publishing schedule, and they never build an actual plan to turn subscribers into income. Inbox income, branded as Newsletter Ninja, is built specifically to close that gap using iWriting and automated publishing. This review walks through exactly what the software claims to do, what each upgrade unlocks, who it realistically fits, and where the honest limitations are, so you're deciding with real information instead of launch day hype. The problem inbox income is trying to solve, if any of these sound familiar, keep reading. This is exactly who the software was built for. I'm not a writer. Facing a blank page every single week is exhausting, and writing in a consistent, recognizable voice is a skill most people never actually built. This is usually the first thing that kills momentum. I don't have time between researching a topic, drafting it, editing it, and remembering to hit send on schedule. A simple newsletter can quietly eat up hours you didn't plan to spend. I don't know how to get subscribers. A great newsletter with nobody reading it is a hobby, not a business. Most people never build an actual, repeatable system for growing a list. No real monetization plan. Even a healthy, engaged list is only worth what you turn it into. Most newsletter owners never get past "I'll figure out how to make money from this later," and later never comes. If even one of those hits close to home, this is worth reading in full before you write the idea off. What is inbox income? Newsletter Ninja. Inbox income is the launch name for Newsletter Ninja, an AI-powered software built by Dave Espino, a marketer who has spent over 27 years in the online business space, including running his own six-figure entrepreneur-focused newsletter. The core idea: instead of manually writing, formatting, scheduling, and publishing every single issue, you set the system up once, and it handles the writing and publishing side going forward. Because it runs from the cloud, you can manage the entire operation from a laptop, from anywhere. The positioning behind inbox income is that a newsletter shouldn't be treated as a single income stream. It's framed as a small business with several possible monetization paths built into it, several of them recurring, that you can switch on as you're ready. What it is: an iNewsletter writing and auto-publishing system, a guided path for growing subscribers, a framework for layering monetization onto an email list. What it is not: a set-it-and-forget-it income guarantee, a subscriber growth tool that replaces all promotion on your end, a done-for-you audience. You still need to bring some traffic or list-building effort. How inbox income works. According to the vendor, the workflow breaks down into 4 steps. Step 1: set your niche and voice. Once you tell the software what your newsletter is about and how you want it to sound, this is the one-time setup everything else is built on. Step 2: let the AI write each issue. Instead of opening a blank document every send, the AI drafts the issue in your voice, and you review and approve it rather than writing from zero. Step 3: auto-schedule and auto-publish. You set your sending schedule once, and the system publishes issues automatically, even while you're doing something else entirely. Step 4: grow your list and turn on income streams. Built-in subscriber growth guidance helps you keep the list growing, and you layer in monetization as your audience builds. One honest note here: the sales page is clear that how far you take this, how big the list gets, how many income streams you switch on, still depends on the promotion work you put in. The software removes the writing and publishing bottleneck. It doesn't remove the need to grow an audience. Key features break down writing in your voice. What it is: the AI drafts each newsletter issue based on the niche and tone you set up front. How it works: you review and approve drafts instead of starting from a blank page. Benefit: removes the single biggest reason people quit: a writer's block on a deadline. Best for anyone who has an idea for a newsletter but doesn't consider themselves a writer. Worth verifying: how much manual editing is realistically needed per issue in your specific niche. Check this on the official offer page or demo before assuming zero-touch output. Auto-scheduling, auto-publishing. What it is: a scheduling system that sends issues automatically once you've set your cadence. How it works: Set the schedule once the system handles publishing from there. Benefit: solves the "I forgot to send it this week" consistency problem that quietly kills most newsletters. Benefit: for people who've stalled out before purely from missing their own schedule. Runs from anywhere. What it is: a fully cloud-based system with no physical office or staff required. Benefit: according to the vendor, the business can be managed with just a few hours of oversight a week from any laptop. Best for side hustlers, digital nomads, and anyone building this alongside a day job. Built-in subscriber growth guidance. What it is: step-by-step direction on getting new subscribers included in the front end. Benefit: growing the list isn't left to guesswork for beginners. Worth verifying: the front end includes base guidance. A deeper, dedicated growth system is offered separately as Auto3, so treat the included version as a starting framework, not a full traffic generation course. Works across almost any niche. What it is: positioned as flexible across large business newsletters down to single hobby niches. Benefit: the sales page specifically notes that boring B2B and professional niches often monetize better per subscriber than broader consumer niches. Benefit: for anyone worried their niche is too niche, the format is presented as broadly applicable, built around recurring income. What it is: the system is positioned as building a compounding asset rather than a one-time payout. Benefit: newsletter-based businesses can generate recurring income, subscriptions, sponsorships, offers, as the list grows, with the vendor noting a potential future exit. Worth verifying: this is a positioning statement, not a guarantee. Actual monetization depends on niche, audience size, and effort, which the vendor's own pros, cons section acknowledges. Who inbox income is actually for. This is a good fit if you want to start, or restart, a newsletter without writing every issue yourself. You've tried a newsletter before and stalled out on consistency. You want a low-overhead business you can run part-time from a laptop. You're interested in building a recurring income asset instead of chasing one-off payouts. Skip it if you're not willing to do any promotion or list growth work at all. You expect a fully monetized newsletter with zero involvement from you. You already have a proven newsletter writing and growth system in place. If you fall into the first group, this is genuinely worth testing at the $17 entry point. If you fall into the second, save your money, and no software replaces the need to grow an audience. Pros: low $17 entry point for a complete, working newsletter automation system. Directly addresses the three most common reasons people quit a newsletter: writing, scheduling, and consistency. Built by a marketer with 27+ years of experience and a proven newsletter of his own. Flexible across a wide range of niches, not locked to one industry. Backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Clear, optional upgrade path if you want to grow faster or monetize sooner. Cons: building a genuinely monetizable list still requires ongoing promotion. The software handles writing and publishing, not audience building on its own. Some of the strongest monetization tools sit behind autos rather than the front end. High-profile newsletter exit examples referenced in the marketing, like large acquisitions in the space, are exceptional outcomes, not typical results. Results will vary based on niche, effort, and how much of the funnel you invest in. Final verdict: is inbox income worth it? Newsletter-based media businesses have produced some genuinely large acquisitions over the years, and that's part of what makes this space appealing. There's a real ceiling here, but those outcomes are the exception, not the baseline expectation, and this review isn't going to pretend otherwise. What inbox income solves is more practical and more immediately useful: the writing bottleneck, the missed schedule problem, and the lack of a monetization framework are the three things that actually stop most people before they ever get a newsletter off the ground. Verdict: worth testing at the $17 front-end price, specifically for people willing to put in some ongoing list growth effort. If you want a low-maintenance newsletter business without writing every single issue by hand, this is a reasonable, low-risk way to try them. Model A backed by a 30-day guarantee if it isn't the right fit. Thank you.